Okay, just going to give you some quick tips on the homework lab. We've got balance sheet, got some interesting numbers here. We got cash, 2009, 2010. We've got common size down the middle, and same with our income statement. Got sales, purchases, which could also be called cost of sales, and some common size down here, and some other odds and ends may or may not need. Slide over the cash budget. Okay, it's a little bigger than our last one. Just looking at some of the things going on here. This is from 2010. Okay, 2010. And this onward is from 2011, so be aware of that. Same idea, step by step, plug in the numbers, away we go. Down here we're looking at, since this is a future looking, it's a projected sales for 2011, and we're going to go up 10%, so you need to calculate that. We've got the other things down here. Our sales are 45% COD, 55% on credit, and here's how we collect it. Okay, we collect our sales for 25% of our credit sales the next month, 60% in the second month, and 15% in the third month. So we got a 3-month offset in some cases. When we buy things, 40% of what we buy is cash on delivery. We pay for it as we get it, and when we purchase 60% on credit. Okay, but we buy our goodies, same as the example, we buy our goodies the month before. Okay, so our sales, if I sell something in March, I'm going to get 25% in April, I'm going to get 60% in May, and I'm going to get 15% in June. Okay, so that's what we have to think about. Cash sales, we're going to get 45% of our sales are going to be cash, 55% are going to be credit, and we go down to purchases. We're going to make our purchases, and I'm using March as a month, so we're going to make our purchases for the month of April. Okay, and if we look hard enough back in the income statement, we'll find a percentage that our purchases are of our thing, of our next month, and we can cell reference it into here, and then we can cell reference it into these here. So 40% are going to be on cash, so that's down here, 60% on credit, and we're going to pay our 60% the month after. Beginning cash, okay, for the month of January is going to come from someplace on the balance sheets, I would imagine. And then for each month after that, our beginning cash is going to be the ending cash. The ending cash down here. So we have to total up the ending cash. So our total cash in is going to be our credit sales plus whatever we've collected. And remember, these months are going to come from over here someplace. Then our purchases, same idea. We're going to have our total cash out. Our net cash in or out is going to be this minus this, plus our beginning cash is going to give us our ending cash, and this stretches all the way across. Now, see if I can get this to show all the way over. Okay, we've got some notes here on the end of the year sort of things, because we're going to need these columns to fill in, but they won't unless we've got a number for purchases for next year. So read the note and go from there. Now we go to the ratios page. Be aware that we're looking at 2010 ratios. We could do them for 2011, but for what we're up to today, it won't make much sense. Collection period, we have a special Excel thing there where we have to use, I'll just write it out here, AR divided by percentage on credit on credit, better spell it right. Percentage of our sales on credit times sales in bracket, wrong bracket divided by 365 bracket, and this is one of those funny, silly Excel things. This is what you want your formula to look like, even though we all know BODMAS applies. Put it in the 2 sets of brackets once you get a funny answer. Okay, and that applies, of course, that type of formula applies for these 2 questions here. And cash balance, these are the big questions. What's your 2011 cash balance? What's your accounts payable, i.e. things you haven't paid for yet at the end of the year, so the end of December. And much more tricky is the accounts receivable. How much do you owe at the end of the year? And list any months with negative cash flow. Not negative cash balance, but negative cash flow. All right, and that's about the size of it.